They were known as the McSnooks. Why, here was Papa McSnook, say hello. Real loud, real loud. Hello. And here was Mama McSnook, say hello. Hello. And here was Sister McSnook, say hello. Hello. And here was Brother McSnook, say hello. Hello. But Brother McSnook was really Baby McSnook, so say hello. Okay. Now, as you can see, they all were different. They looked different, they acted differently, they had different clothes, they had different likes, they had different dislikes, they had different skills. They loved it that way. Being different was wonderful because they all had something they could contribute. They all had somebody they could call upon when they couldn't solve a problem, a fresh insight. And Mom and Dad really let everyone know how wonderful they were. Every night he'd say, "Good night, children, Mom and Dad." Good night, children. And the children would always respond, "Good night, Mom and Dad." Good night, Mom and Dad. Something that's important to do every single night. You never just go to bed. Let people know you've had a good day. Well, baby brother went to his crib, sister went to her room, Mom and Dad went to their room. My mother would turn to Father and she'd say, "Would you please blow out the candle?" There was no electricity back in the old days. All you had was a candle, and you had to be, you had to either make a lot of candles or just not burn them all the time. So they went to bed early. And so Father would say, "Why, sure." Why, sure. There you go. And so Mom gave him the candle, He put it right in front of his mouth, but you know what? Nothing was the same in this family. Even their mouths were different. Papa's mouth was shaped like this. Ready, Dad? Honey glue! Honey glue! Honey glue! And all he did was blow the roof off the house. Well, he could only blow straight up. He couldn't blow out, so the candle didn't flicker. So he turned to his wife and said, "Wife? Wife? How about you blowing the candle out tonight?" She said, "Okay, hand it to me." So he did. She put it in front of her mouth, but of course her mouth was different. Her mouth was shaped like this. That's good. And she blew. And she blew. And she blew. But all she did was sweep the floor when she tried to blow. She could only blow straight down. She couldn't blow out because her mouth wasn't made that way. She didn't know what to do, so she called her daughter. She said, "Daughter!" And she turned this way so that everybody can see her. There you go. She said, "Coming, Mother!" Coming, Mother. And she scurried down the hallway and she said, "Will you blow the candle out?" She said, "I sure will try." So she turned front way, she put that candle right in front of her mouth, but even her mouth was different. Her mouth was twisted over to this side. And she blew. And she blew. And she blew. But all she did was blow Mom and Dad down the hallway. Mom and Dad cried, "Stop! Stop!" Luckily, she was an obedient child, or they'd be all the way up the riverside, I'll tell you. Well, they climbed back into the window where they almost lost it all, and Papa said, "What's wrong?" "What's wrong?" And she said, "I can only blow sideways." "I can only blow sideways." And so he said, "Well, then call your baby brother." So she yells, "Baby brother!" "Baby brother!" And he says, "Come in, sister." And then she says, "Will you blow the candle out?" And he says, "Okie dokie." Okie dokie. He takes the candle and puts it in front of his mouth, but even his mouth was different. His mouth was twisted over to this side, and he blew. And he blew. And he blew. And all he did was blow the storyteller all the way to San Diego. They tried everything, no matter what they tried, nothing worked. And finally, Mother, she said, "Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm having an epiphany." Epiphany. Now, an epiphany is a moment when you get it. It's a magic moment when everything comes clear. A moment of great learning, when you know what's going to happen in a book, and know how the story's going to go. It's a moment. And so she said, "Hand the candle to me." So brother handed it from sister to Mom. Mom held it straight out. And then she said, "Everyone, get shoulder to shoulder. We're going to work together. Get your mouths ready." And so she said, "On my count. Ready, everybody? 1, 2, 3. And they blew. And they blew. And they blew. But all they did was start a tornado in the middle of the no matter what they did, nothing worked. And so finally they all cried, "Help! Well, right down here in the Temecula Valley was a wonderful young man. Oh, did he love to teach? Did he love to read? He knew everything about books, and he had a big heart. And he could ride better than Buffalo Bill. So he had to put down his electronics for